7th June 1965, Damien Stephen Hirst, born in Bristol, England, and grew up in Leeds with his faithful Irish-Jewish mother Mary. Hirst's parents divorced when he was 12. Being a single mother, Mary needs funds from the church to raise Hirst. However, the church had a rule that forbids helping divorced women. This planted the seed of doubt in faith in little Hirst. If God's solace does not appear when mother needs it, then there's no point believe in God. Young Hirst rebelled. He drank and stole, until art appears in his life, showing him the meaning of living. He studied fine arts at Goldsmith College and had a placement at the mortuary. This experience influenced his later themes and materials used. Hirst draws and creates sculptures. In Hirst's art, he can combine the land, the sea, the desert, medicine, and fine arts all under one roof. His style is rather uniform. They circle around life and death, humanity and science. Hirst creates levels in thinking. He wants reality. He wants people to be forced to look at reality. Often Hirst uses the whole idea of profound objects. His ideal was how do you make arts more real? If photography can reproduce mechanically something, where is it left with a painter or a sculptor to go? How can we make it more real than photography? The easy way is using a real thing to blur the distinctions between life and arts. Because I could not stop for death, he kindly stopped for me. The carriage held but just for ourselves, and immortality. We slowly drove, he knew no haste, and I had to put away my labor and my leisure too, for his civility. Since then, 'tis centuries, and yet felt shorter than the day. We come from the past and head towards the future. Through this long journey, seldom has people talked about stories of death. The physical impossibility of death in the mind of someone living. Let's look at the title of this art piece. The impossibility of really coming to terms with death as someone who's living. In many ways, the history of art is coming to terms with mortality, of transcending the physical body of the afterlife. Art, through history, has dealt with big questions. This artwork is a real shark that was caught and killed, suspended in a tank of formaldehyde. It's stationary, although it looks like it's moving. As it Hirst is trying to frame the moment in the tank for us to see it. Here is something that's not paint or marbles. It is something that is flesh like we are. Yet there is this vain attempt to soak it in formaldehyde, to have it outlive us, but it doesn't. There's too much art that has changed over time for us not to know. The ancient Egyptian mummified bodies. There's a whole history of human trying to stop time. We know that we can use our best chemicals. We can do plastic surgeries. We can do all sorts of things. But nothing is going to stop the inevitability of decay. Hirst could have stuck it in amber or done something much more traditional, like represented the shark in objects and make it more permanent in that way. But by choosing the thing itself, Hirst created the impossibility of its own preservation. Like we can never understand death as living people.